Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, wow, I could really use a small country's GDP right now? Well, dream big, because today we're counting down the top 10 richest countries in 2025, where the average citizen makes more in a year than you will in a decade. The data we use in this video was taken from the latest International Monetary Fund GDP report. And guess what? If you're American, you might be in for a surprise. Some of these countries will shock you. So grab a seat, maybe a snack, and let's dive into the places where people are living the dream. Who knows? You might even start planning your move after this. Let's go. Number 10. The Netherlands. At number 10, we have the Netherlands. You might think of windmills, legal weed, and beautiful tulip fields, but there's a lot more to this small but mighty country. The Netherlands isn't just about chill vibes, it's a global tech and trade powerhouse. Ever heard of ASML? They make the machines that create microchips, which power pretty much everything we use today. That means they're basically printing money. But what do they do with all that cash? Well, they invest in bike lanes, cheese, and a great quality of life. Smart move, right? With a booming economy, innovative companies, and a strong focus on sustainability, the Netherlands is a country that knows how to balance wealth and happiness. No wonder they made the list. But if you think $74,000 is rich, wait till you see number 9, where taxes are high, with the happiness levels and the pastries. Number 9. Denmark. Welcome to Denmark, where happiness comes with a price tag. It's about $76,000 a year, but Danes don't seem to mind because they get a lot in return. Free healthcare, free education, and maybe even therapy to unlock your inner Viking. Sure, they pay some of the highest taxes in the world, but their welfare system is top tier. No crushing student loans, no medical bills ruining lives, just a strong safety net. And let's not forget Lego, Denmark's gift to the world. Even billionaires can't resist snapping those little bricks together. Now, if you ever visit and complain about the high prices, don't expect much sympathy. A Dane will probably just say Hugo, light a candle, and tell you to enjoy the cozy vibes. Problem solved. And speaking of no problems, number 8 is where oil money meets zero income tax, but there's a catch. Number 8. UAE. The UAE is proof that with enough money, you can build anything, even a futuristic city in the middle of the desert. What was once endless sand is now home to skyscrapers, luxury hotels, and malls bigger than some towns. And the best part? No income tax. Want to stay in a 7-star hotel? No problem. Fancy skiing inside a mall? Done. Oh, and if you ever wanted to eat a gold-flaked steak, Dubai has you covered. But here's the catch. 80% of the population are expats working hard, while the locals enjoy the perks of being Emirati. Oil made the UAE rich, but now it's all about tourism, business, and jaw-dropping architecture. From the Burj Khalifa to man-made islands, they don't do anything small. Life here is all about big dreams, big money, and big luxury. So, if you're looking for a place where the future looks like a sci-fi movie, this might just be it. However, if you prefer natural wealth over man-made bling, number 7's got glaciers, fjords, and $1 trillion piggy bank. Number 7. Norway. Norway is like that one rich friend who never brags, but we all know they're loaded. They struck oil, but instead of blowing it on luxury yachts, they built a $1.4 trillion sovereign wealth fund. That's about $250,000 per citizen, just sitting there growing. But ask a Norwegian about it, and they'll say, oh, we just love hiking and simple living. Sure, Jan. We see your oil-funded Teslas and beautifully designed eco-friendly homes. Norway is the perfect mix of wealth and wisdom. They invested in their future, making sure that even after the oil runs out, their economy stays strong. Plus, with free healthcare, top-notch education, and stunning nature, they've truly got it all. So, while they're out enjoying the fjords and fresh air, their money's working for them. Now buckle up and let's talk about number 6. Number 6. The United States. The USA has the biggest economy in the world, yet it only ranks at number 6 in wealth per person. Well, there's a massive wealth gap. On one side, you've got billionaires like Bezos who could buy a small country. On the other, millions of people are one medical bill away from eating ramen for weeks. Still, you'll find the big money makers living on Silicon Valley, Wall Street, and even enjoying the Texas oil. Yet they keep the country's average income high enough to afford avocado toast barely. The American dream is still alive, but let's be honest, it's a lot easier if you're already rich. With high cost of living, student debt, and healthcare bills that make people nervous, wealth doesn't always feel as big as the numbers suggest. So while the US is a financial powerhouse, not everyone gets a piece of the pie. But hey, at least the Wi-Fi is fast and the burgers are big. And speaking of rich Americans, has it crossed your mind how the 1% really live? Smash that like button now and stick around because later we're touring the most expensive US cities. Number 5. Switzerland. Next on our list is our beloved Switzerland. This is where the banks know more secrets than your ex, and the chocolate costs as much as your phone bill. They stay neutral in wars, but when it comes to making money, they're anything but. Switzerland is home to big pharma companies like Novartis, huge banks like UBS, and luxury watches that cost more than a car. Ever heard of a Swiss bank account? There's a reason the world's rich love hiding their money here. Oh, and here's a fun fact. Swiss vaults hold nearly half of the world's gold. Meanwhile, most of us struggle to hold on to a $20 bill. Life just isn't fair. But it's not all about money. Switzerland also has breathtaking mountains, efficient trains, and cheese that will ruin all other cheese for you. So if you ever visit, just be prepared, everything is expensive. But if you think Swiss money is wild, number 4 is where gas is literally money. Number 4. Qatar. Qatar pulled off the richest World Cup flex in history because when you have endless money, anything is possible. They turn natural gas into private islands, luxury skyscrapers, and even air-conditioned stadiums in the middle of the desert. If you are a Qatari citizen, life is pretty sweet. Free healthcare, free education, and no taxes. It's like winning the lottery just by being born there. But if you're a migrant worker, well, let's just say life isn't as glamorous. So if money were oxygen, Qataris would be scuba diving in it, while the rest of us are just trying to catch a breath. Now, number 3 is where efficiency meets excess and fines are scarier than your landlord. Number 3. Singapore. Welcome to Singapore, where you can't chew gum in public, but you're probably making enough money not to care. This tiny city-state is a global trade hub, known for zero corruption, cutting-edge tech, and the world's most expensive casino. How rich is Singapore? Let's just say the average salary here can buy a Rolex before lunch. With a booming economy, futuristic skyscrapers, and some of the best infrastructure in the world, it's no surprise people here live well. But don't get too comfortable, rules are strict. Jaywalk, that's a fine. Litter, another fine. Forget to flush in a public restroom? Yup, fine again. Singapore keeps everything clean, efficient, and highly organized, but they make sure you follow the rules. At the end of the day, high salaries, low crime, and a crazy good quality of life makes it all worth it. But wait, how is number 2 richer than Singapore? Oh right, tax loopholes and leprechaun magic. Number 2. Ireland. This is a country where tech giants like Google, Apple, and Pfizer magically make all their profits on paper, at least. Because Ireland's 12.5% corporate tax is basically a VIP pass for billion-dollar companies. This small country went from potatoes to tech gold, attracting some of the biggest businesses in the world. The result is sky-high GDP per capita that looks impressive, but isn't exactly the full story. A lot of that money belongs to companies, not everyday people. Still, Ireland plays the game well. If you can't beat the big corporations, invite them over for a pint and tax them lightly. Meanwhile, the country enjoys strong wages, great pubs, and a booming economy. So, while the numbers might be a little inflated, there's no denying Ireland has made itself a global business hub, with a great sense of humour and even better beer. And finally, the number 1 richest country in 2025 is not where you think, unless you thought it was tiny and terrifyingly efficient. Number 1. Luxembourg. Luxembourg is tiny but ridiculously rich. It's smaller than Rhode Island, yet packed with more banks than restaurants. They get this money by being Europe's tax haven, where companies like Amazon and Skype totally run their operations. The average salary here is so high, you could buy a brand new Mercedes every year. Meanwhile, the rest of us are out here reusing tea bags and hoping for a discount. But it's not just about tax-friendly policies. Luxembourg also has a strong finance industry, a high standard of living, and an economy that refuses to slow down. The country is small, quiet, and not flashy about its wealth. But make no mistake, money flows here like water. So, which of these countries are you moving to? Drop a comment, Team Luxembourg or Team Irish Tax Magic. Meanwhile, if you're still hungry for insane wealth, check out our next video, How the 1% Live, a tour of the most expensive US cities. Smash subscribe, and remember, money can't buy happiness, but it can buy a private island.